responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
When you walk out on the lift, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. We ready. We ready. We ready.
Ooh, Jesus.
I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football, no. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this trying to be the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up with chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from him. He's a man. He can be a kid just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. I'm proud of you step on the field, man. Guess who I is? When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
Now this game is not over. It's just getting started right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. We're streaming live, kyokradio.org, and it is our Throwback Thursday. So appreciate you tuning in, joining in. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, will be joining us very shortly, and we'll be talking with him about everything NBA related. Of course, the Rockets made it 4 wins in a row last night, coming from behind to beat Oklahoma City late. Jashawn Tate had a big night. 32 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, and 5 blocked shots. Not since Hakeem Olajuwon have the Rockets seen a stat line like that. And, of course, they're going to try to keep it going, try to make it 5 straight when they host Orlando tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Let's see. Got a chance to listen in to the press conference for the Houston Texans. They did not have practice yesterday because multiple players came down with some undisclosed illness, and the medical staff felt like it was best to just shut it down and do everything virtually. Well, again, press conference early today. They should be practicing now as we speak or about to practice. So, of course, they've got a big game coming up against the Indianapolis Colts. I know it's not big for folks who don't follow the Texans, but Texans already have a win over the number 1 team in the AFC South, Tennessee, and they could get a nice quality win over the number 2 team in the AFC South, the Colts, this Sunday at noon. Tonight, Dallas and New Orleans. That'll be in New Orleans, kicks off at 7:20 Central. Taysom Hill gets to start at quarterback, and again, just not quite sure why. I know coaches play these games, but they don't want to let you know until they have to let you know who is going to be the quarterback and all of that. But Taysom Hill's got to earn that money. Taysom Hill has got to be better than Trevor Siemian. Got to earn that money. Got to try to keep the New Orleans Saints in the hunt. And the Dallas Cowboys are going to have to try and get a win as well. They got a little bit surprised, if you will, on Thanksgiving Thursday when they lost to the Raiders. So we'll see. Alvin Kamara not available tonight. Practice all week, but will not play tonight. and CeeDee Lamb back for the Dallas Cowboys as they get ready to take on New Orleans in New Orleans. All right, that's just the intro. Got a lot we have to talk about today. Major League Baseball. Got to talk about Notre Dame doing just what I said, but I have to be honest, I did not think they were going to do it this soon. Did not. But we'll talk about that. If you want to get in on Throwback Thursday, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000. Text me 832-403-5005. That's 832-403-5005. Or you can email me, aj@kylksports.com, aj@kylksports.com. We'll be right back right after this.
If you have $2,000 or more in credit card debt, then listen up. We can reduce or eliminate your interest rates. Cut your monthly payment up to 50% and stop all late fees. Our company has been helping good people just like you get out of debt for over 30 years. Don't get stressed out. If you have $2,000 or more in credit card debt and medical bills, we can show you a way to reduce all of your bills to one lower monthly payment that you can afford. So again, if you have $2,000 or more in credit card debt and medical bills you can't afford, make this free call today and learn how you can finally get out of debt. Call now for your free consultation. 800-638-7112. 800-638-7112. 800-638-7112. That's 800-638-7112. Sponsored by Credit Guard.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
Hello, this is Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President of Communication Workers of America District 6. Trey and I are inviting you to listen in to our new political talk show, Power to the People Political Hour.
Hello, this is Trey Daniels from the Daniels Group. Yes, Claude, the show will be hard-hitting and informative, talking about national and local political issues of the day, week, and month. Interviews will be with pastors, community leaders, elected officials, and political operatives. You know, Claude, a part of our responsibility is informing the citizenry and give them power to the people.
That's right, Trey. We're asking that you listen in on 1140 AM, 92.3, or streaming on KYOKradio.org, Thursdays at 10 a.m.
Got to give the people what they want.
You're having your lunch on the lunch break with KYOK.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break, legendary KYOK, all new 92.3 FM. Streaming live, KYOKradio.org, Twitter, Twitch, others. Al Hyde, what up, though? The casual highlight. I hope they don't do Marcus Freeman the way they did Tyrone Willingham. Marcus better give Tyrone some flowers for paving the way for him. No doubt, no argument, no cap. I mean, I'm with you, 100. I didn't think Notre Dame would hire another black head coach. I'm just shooting straight with you. If for those who's listening for the first time, you don't know how I do it. I don't cut corners, but I don't take any stuff either. So don't call me with it. But that being said, I didn't think Notre Dame would get another black head coach because of the way things went with Tyrone Willingham. I'm glad to see I was wrong. I'll take it a step further. I don't think UT will anytime soon. I don't think A&M will anytime soon. I literally feel like those programs were one and done. We tried it, didn't work. Now we'll go with the hot names, the hot prospects. A&M plucked Jimbo Fisher out of Florida State. And you know what UT's been going through. That being said, I hope that Marcus Freeman gets a fair chance to do a great job. I hope that the institution and the athletic department and the president do everything they can to help that young man be successful because the players love him. The players love him. I'm not talking about what I heard. I'm talking about what I know. the players spoke up for him. That's who we want. And he's got his shot. So I guess he's going to coach them in whatever bowl game they'll be going to. They still got an outside shot at the college football playoff. But, again, it's his show. And I'm happy for Marcus Freeman. Again, I called that one before anyone else did. That tomorrow. I'm glad you told me, God. Today too? Okay, yeah. I was planning to do it today.
Twice.
Yes, ma'am.
Sounds good.
Yes, ma'am. My sponsor. Oh, yeah, by the way, Empress got accepted to Southern. Yeah! Empress, my daughter, got her formal acceptance to Southern University.
Take it.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Pledge Delta.
Bye, Tish. Bye, boss.
Red and white on.
Dog. She better go like her grandmother, AKA. I don't know what made me say that. Oh my gosh. Listen, y'all. This is I so love you. I so love you. And I can't lie. I can't lie. Oh boy, that almost went real bad. Because if she had tried to see my forehead sweating and everything like that, if she had tried to tickle me, I would have been on the floor. I'd have had no shame. I would have abandoned y'all on live radio. I would have been on the floor screaming, help, in a fetal position. But you heard my news. My daughter got accepted to Southern University, and I am so proud of her. She took the initiative. She led the charge. She had some help, but everything was her doing. And today, her hard work paid off. So really excited for her and the next steps as she becomes a Southern Jaguar. Yeah. Al High, she recruiting hard for them Deltas. Congratulations to your daughter. Great school. I appreciate it. Yeah, she is one of the most active Deltas in the city of Houston, man. She is one of the most active Deltas. In fact, she's a chaplain for her chapter. So believe me, I get it. But my daughter's grandmother was an AKA. May she rest in power. So we try to keep all that in the family. But I hope she don't listen to one of her older brothers. He went off to school and called me one day and said, Dad, I did it. I'm like, what'd you do? He said, I pledged the fraternity. I said, okay, good. Welcome to the family, son. I'm a noob. I said, welcome to the family. He said, no, Dad, I pledged the first fraternity. I said, you did what? He said, yeah, I pledged Alpha. I said, man, it's a shame that your financial aid stopped like that. He said, what? I said, it's a shame your financial aid stopped like that. Get it from them Alphas. I don't think I paid for a pencil after that. A notebook, a folder. I don't think I got him a bus pass after that. Come in and talk about you done met some new people, and there's these great guys called Alphas. Okay, they better be in the middle of a K and a psi. They better be in the middle of a K and a psi. Hard over here. Al, we don't play. We don't play, bro. I ain't new to it. I'm true to it. When it comes to them Kappas, I'm old school, bro. Nah, my son, he knows. I'm just proud of him for again doing what my daughter did. I'm one of those parents that I guide, man. I guide. I don't take over. I don't do it for them. And when they struggle, you know what I do? I let them work through the struggle because that teaches them how to handle adversity. Me knowing how to handle adversity is advice for them. Them learning how to handle adversity is experience for them. And I, as a parent, I'm not telling anybody else how to parent. I, as a parent, had to learn that. If I keep doing it for them, they'll never get the experience. So I'm proud of my son, proud of my daughter, definitely proud of my oldest son who got married not too long ago. Love my daughter in love. And man, Look, y'all done changed the whole show. My heart is pounding right now. It's so big. I'm so proud of my daughter. She called me with tears in her eyes from school. Daddy, I got the letter. So anyway, let me take a break, man. I'm about to bust up like a little baby. I'll be right back right after this on the lunch break.
KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Two radio stations in one.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-253-1892. 800-253-1892. 800-253-1892. That's 800-253-1892.
Tune in to Table Talk with your boy, TD Blackshear, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there. Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 a.m. and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
Hey guys, this is your girl Brandy Nelson, and you are listening to the Lunch Break on KYOK.
All right, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm wearing that Prairie View, because I don't know what happened to me. I got to talking with Coach on Monday, the Coach Johnny Cole, as we took our HBCU stroll, and he picked Jackson State to win the SWAC championship game this coming Saturday. I believe it's at 3:00. I couldn't just go with that. I had to go with the underdog. I had to at least represent the state. So, Prairie View, do me a favor. Please don't make me look bad. Like it's all about me. Please don't make me look bad. Prairie View, be great. Go out there and shock the world. All right? Prairie View, of course, will be taking on Jackson State. Coach Prime, the undefeated Jackson State in the SWAC, undefeated in the SWAC, Jackson State Tigers. And I mean, hey, Prairie View hadn't had a bad year themselves. 6-2 in the SWAC. Jackson State 8-0. That's why they play the games. It could happen. And everybody talks about Sanders, the quarterback for Jackson State. Let me just say something. Young man by the name of Juwan Pass, redshirt senior quarterback for Prairie View. He's 6'4", 228. He's a load. He's tall. He doesn't have to find passing lanes. He can see over that offensive and defensive line, and he can make some things happen. He's a playmaker. Prairie View's defense, their secondary, is going to have to be true to it. Their defensive ends are going to have to set the edge, contain everything, and those linebackers and safeties are going to have to come and clean up. I know it sounds simple, but it can happen. It can happen. There have been a couple of teams that have played Jackson State close, and Prairie View has the opportunity to not just get close, but get over the hump. I think, now let me just be real with you. I think Jackson State will win. But I also think that Prairie View has a chance. And my thing is, I want to see a good game. I want this SWAC championship. They're expecting somewhere between 65 and 75,000 people there. Somewhere between 65 and 75,000 people there. And I'm expecting this game to be a great game. And I'm expecting it to be another. Notice I didn't say I said another great representation of the SWAC, of these two schools, and for HBCU college football itself. Period. Yeah, that's all of that. Nationally televised game. It will be on ESPNU, and you'll get a chance to see it yourself again this Saturday, 3:00. I'm going with the underdogs. I'm going with the Prairie View Panthers. Come on, Prairie View, play. And again, no shade at Coach Prime, but I got a lot of respect for Coach Eric Dooley. A lot of respect for Coach Dooley. Coach Dooley is a great coach. It's gonna be rocking. Good coaching travels. Good defense travels. Good defense helps the offense. So we'll see how things go. All right. Talked about Marcus Freeman at Notre Dame. Talked about the SWAC championship game. Talked about the Texans. Now we got to talk about Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball owners voted unanimously. So that means every one of them, all of them, voted to stop their players from coming to work. All of them. No exceptions. Let's see. Keisha Kelly, if you're listening, I'll hit you back on that in a minute. All of them voted to lock their players out. And that's what they did. I'm trying to find the statement from Major League Baseball on the lockout. Here it is. Got it right here. Get out of the way. All right, here we go. To our fans, this is written by Rob Manford. I ain't giving all his titles and surnames and all that. To our fans, I want to thank you for your continued support of the great game of baseball. This past season, we were reminded of how the national pastime can bring us together and restore our hope despite the difficult challenges of a global pandemic. As we began to emerge from one of the darkest periods in our history, all ballparks were filled with fans. The games were filled with excitement, and millions of families felt the joy of watching baseball together. Somebody hit me with all that. What you want, Doc? Get to your point. Well, okay, thank you. I'm officially buttered up. Now what you want? That is why I am so disappointed about the situation in which our game finds itself today. So the game locked people out. The game, baseball woke up and said, no, baseball before it went to bed said, I'm locking everybody out. The owners, the players, the fans, the concession people, I'm locking everybody out. That's what the game did. Okay, despite the league's best efforts to make a deal with the Players Association, we were unable to extend our 26-year-long history of labor peace and come to an agreement with the MLBPA before the current CBA expired. Therefore, we have been forced to commence a lockout of Major League players effective at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time on December 2nd. Now, here's where that's not true. They were not forced to do that. They chose to do it. They could have simply agreed to play under the current collective bargaining agreement until one was able to be negotiated and ratified. They could have done that. They are making it sound like there were no other options. We don't have an agreement. All right, we got to lock everybody up. There's a big difference between 0 and 100. They went from 0 to 100. And you know, when you do 100 miles an hour, typically things don't go well. A lot can go wrong. So he says, I want to explain to you how we got here and why we have to take this action today. Again, he's sounding like it's a must. It's not. Simply put, we believe that an off-season lockout is the best mechanism to protect the 2022 season. He says in his own words, it wasn't a must. We chose it because we, the owners and the front office and all those, the commissioner, felt like it was the best way to get what we want. We hope that the lockout will jumpstart the negotiations and get us to an agreement that will allow the season to start on time. So they playing chicken. They trying to make the players blink. And again, let me be clear. This isn't just about billionaires and millionaires. Because I know some of y'all get goofy when it comes to that. Oh, it's just the billionaires and the spoiled millionaires playing the kids' game. It's just ridiculous. I'm talking about the concession stand owners. I'm talking about the people that are employed by this game, by these different stadiums, by these different organizations that are far from billionaires or millionaires. These folks are affected while Major League Baseball chose to start a game of professional chicken with their Players Association, trying to make them blink to jumpstart negotiations that were already going on. This defensive lockout was necessary because the Players Association's vision for Major League Baseball would threaten the ability of most teams to be competitive. It's simply not a viable option. From the beginning, the MLBPA has been unwilling to move from their starting position, compromise, or collaborate on solutions. Let's break that down for a second. So you're telling me that the people who are paid well by the different organizations in Major League Baseball somehow had a plan to ruin those organizations so that they could no longer be paid well? I mean, you're telling me that the players who want to win championships were willing to make sure that some teams had no chance to win championships, thereby ruining their opportunity to win championships and be paid well? It just doesn't make sense. Now, there are multiple ways to get to a solution. Clearly, Major League Baseball didn't like the way the Players Association wanted to get there, and clearly the Players Association didn't like the way that Major League Baseball wanted to get there. But the decision to lock, not strike, to lock the players out was decided on by the owners unanimously. So don't tell me about poor Jim Crane. Don't tell me about the poor Steinbrenners and all these other. Don't tell me about them, because they chose this. When we began negotiations over a new agreement, the Players Association already had a contract that they wouldn't trade for any other in sports. Baseball's players have no salary cap and are not subject to a maximum length or dollar amount on contracts. So I was wrong. I told one of my other stations that I believed that there was a salary cap, and you had owners in baseball that were just willing to pay whatever the tax was, but they don't have a salary cap. So I stand corrected, and I admit when I'm wrong. Unlike Buster Olney, good God! If you're following him on Twitter, that's sad right there. Buster, I'm be best, bro. In the words of the previous First Lady of the United States, be best, bro. That's horrible, Buster. Anyway, baseball players have no salary cap and are not subject to a maximum length or dollar amount on contract. In fact, only Major League Baseball has guaranteed contracts that run 10 years or more and in excess of $300 million. I think Patrick Mahomes would like to correct you on that. But anyway, says we have not proposed anything that would change those fundamentals. While we have heard repeatedly that free agency is broken, in the month of November, $1.7 billion was committed to free agents, smashing the prior record by nearly 4 times. By the end of the offseason, clubs will have committed more money to players than in any offseason in Major League Baseball history. So you're telling me one of two things. You're telling me that either the owners had it and chose to spend it on the players that they wanted, or they wrote bad checks. Which is it? Which is it? You had the Texas Rangers that went out and spent $300 million on a shortstop and some more money on pitching. You had the New York Mets that went out and spent a ton of money. You had Philly that went out and spent a ton of money. You had San Diego that went out and spent a ton of money. So which is it? Did they spend the money that they had on the players that they wanted, or did they write bad checks? Because if they're out there writing bad checks, that's a whole nother deal. And we need to talk about that. And that's not the player's fault. If I bounce a check, that ain't on anybody else but me. So this whole, the organizations can't be profitable. It's not sustainable. If they are offering that amount of money, that means they have that amount of money. I will give Jim Crane some credit. Jim Crane has said the only way for me to keep this amount of money is to not give contracts over 5 years. He doesn't do 10-year contracts. And that's his choice. That's his decision on how to run his franchise. But to say that that's the player's fault, that's crazy. Said we worked hard to find compromise while making the system even better for the players. By addressing concerns raised by the Players Association, we offered to establish a minimum payroll for all clubs to meet for the first time in baseball history, to allow the majority of players to reach free agency earlier through an age-based system that would eliminate any claim. See, this is what I don't like. They're trying to win this argument in the media. They're trying to win this argument over the fans. They're telling us what they offered, but they're not telling us what the players countered with or what the players offered and what they countered with. They're just getting their story out there because they know historically people side with the billionaires over the spoiled brat playing a kid's game millionaires. Which blows my mind. That just blows my mind. I will never understand that as long as I'm drinking out of this cup with an A on it. Let me get to his summation because, bro. In conclusion, today was a difficult day for baseball. But as I've said all year, there is a path to a fair agreement, and we will find it. I do not doubt the league and the players share a fundamental appreciation for this game and a commitment to its fans. I remain optimistic that both sides will seize the opportunity to work together to grow, protect, and strengthen the game that we love. Major League Baseball is ready to work around the clock to meet that goal. I urge the Players Association to join us at the table. You locked the door. They can't get in. The door is locked. They can't. Yo, dog, the players outside, they want to talk to you. Well, they can't come in. We've locked them out. They want to talk to you. They can't come in. We've locked them out. Well, you got to open the door or at least get on the intercom and talk to them. Can you FaceTime them? Can y'all jump on a StreamYard, a Zoom, an Uma? Good Lord. Sometimes I wonder how these organizations make money when they do some of the dumbest stuff in the world. Can't wait to work around the clock. No, you can't. You could have worked around the clock last night. You chose to lock people out. Let me take a break. Want to hear your comments. Whose side are you on? Baseball or owners? I mean, players or owners? Players or owners? I want to hear your thoughts. 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000, or text me 832-403-5005, or email aj@kyoksports.com. Be right back.
You don't sit behind a desk every day to earn a living. You're out and about making it happen. And sometimes you get a little bit behind on your paperwork, like bookkeeping and paying your taxes. It's easy to get behind on paying your taxes. It happens to the best of us. And you know what happens next. The big bad IRS comes knocking on your door. And when that happens, you need to call the good old boys at the Tax Doctor. Let them do what they do best. Deal and negotiate with the IRS so you pay the lowest you can in back taxes that the law allows. We are a 100% U.S.-based company, and we've saved our clients millions over the years in back taxes. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call my friends right now at the Tax Doctor and learn more.
800-603-9359.
Wait till I hear this next shout out.
800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's AJ Jones with the lunch break on the legendary KYOK AM 1140 and 92.3 FM. It's that time of year where we are reminded of all the things we should be thankful for, and that it's more blessed to give than to receive. So with that in mind, on Wednesdays from now through Christmas, we'll give you a chance to win a gift certificate from BBall. That's right, you can win a gift certificate for a BBall turkey on Wednesdays on the lunch break between 12 and 2. Just be the right caller, and your BBall turkey will be on us at the legendary KYOK AM 1140 at 92.3.
Well, I hope you are enjoying your weekend. Hey, everybody, it's Erica Campbell.
And I'm Griff from Get Up Mornings.
We want to thank you so much for rocking with us every weekday morning.
And after you enjoy your weekend, make sure you start your work week with us.
When you start your day with us, we'll help you get moving and motivated to have the best day ever. Go ahead, say it, Griff.
Best day ever!
So wake up with us. We'll be faith walking,
love talking,
enjoy living on Get Up Mornings.
You're listening to 1140 AM and 92.3 FM, the legendary KYOK.
This is Jasmine Highsmith, and you're having Inside Sports with your lunch here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
Big shout out to Jasmine Highsmith. She's about 30 days away from getting married, and I am super happy for her and very proud of her. She's the daughter of Alonzo Highsmith, and he was one of the best ever. So I got a lot of love, a lot of respect for the entire family. All right, real quick, if you're looking for the perfect gift to give for Christmas this year, you need to shop African Imports right here in Houston in the Greens Point Mall. You will find African fashions for men, women, and children. You'll find Black art, all sorority and fraternity attire and gifts, HBCU items. That's where I get my stuff from. Excuse me. They've got Bibles. They've got CDs, DVDs, church supplies, and more right there at African Imports, located in the Greens Point Mall near the food court. And if you mention KYOK and the lunch break, you'll receive 10% off your purchase. So be sure and go by African Imports, bringing us this segment of the lunch break. All right, y'all. All right, so I got to do a shout out. This just came in. Shout out to everybody listening at the Joe Corley Detention Center in Houston, Texas. Hey, how y'all doing? Thanks for listening. Whose side are y'all on? Y'all on the side of the owners or the players? Curious, since y'all over there listening, are y'all on the side of the owners or the players? Again, over there at the Joe Corley Detention Center. Interesting. No, I ain't depositing no money or none of that. But hey, y'all, appreciate y'all listening. Hey, what can I say? We got fans everywhere. I tell people all the time, don't be looking at those little clicks and likes and checks and all that. The legendary KYOK has been around since the 60s. We got people that listen on AM 1140 that might not never call, but they've been there for years. Got folks listening on 92.3 FM on the north side of Houston. Been listening for a long time. And we got folks listening on KYOKradio.org all around the world. Been there for a long time. And I, for one, am grateful. Thank you. Thank you. So, again, shout out to y'all listening to us over there. I know we got folks listening at IAH Airport, George Bush Airport. We got folks up there in the mail room. We got folks up there that are baggage handlers that listen to us all the time. I know we got folks up in Spring, the Woodlands, Humble. Appreciate y'all listening. Willis, Montgomery area. I know y'all are listening. So thank y'all. Thank y'all for listening. All right. We get to some of these messages. BT, man, it's no question for me. I'm always for the players. The owners don't pay money that they don't have. I agree. JL said, AJ, if an owner pays $300 million, just think how much money they are making. Got it. JM, AJ, I always say that the players need to honor their contracts. In this case, Major League Baseball needs to honor its contract as well. Wow. I didn't see that one coming. Technically, they don't have a contract as of 11:59 Eastern time last night. But they could have extended the current one for any period of time. They and the Players Association could have said, we're gonna work on this for another 30 days. Could have done that. All that, we had to and we must, and there was no other choice. Yeah, there were plenty of them. Good point, JL. AJ, I'm down for the players. These owners want to keep as much money as they have and pay as little out as they can. Fair point. Dr. M. Hey, Dr. M, how you? Dr. M says, AJ, it always blows my mind too. Why people side with the billionaire owners like they really care about them. One of my colleagues, friends, brothers, Garrick Jones, who we've had on this show many times, always says the owners are never going to pay you enough money for you to be their neighbor. Think about that. They're never going to pay you enough money for you to be their neighbor. CP, what's up, CP? How you doing? CP says, AJ, love the show, love the shirt, and I say, like you say, players all day, every day. I don't know if I exactly said that, but that's, I got you. And I love that you love the shirt as well. TM. AJ, this one is clear. The way you broke it down was great. The owners want some leverage that they don't currently have. That's a good point. The owners would not have locked the players out unless there was a leverage that they want to gain, some kind of advantage that they currently don't have. I've always said baseball has the strongest union in professional sports. Baseball. I'll be honest, I don't know anything about soccer. I don't know anything about that. But out of football, basketball, baseball, and hockey, can I do those four? Baseball has the strongest union by far. Strongest by far. Let's see. JT. Hey, JT. JT says, I just want both sides to agree. Like you said, there are other people that are far from millionaire and billionaire that are negatively affected while these two sides act like spoiled children. I knew the spoiled children comment was going to come out soon, but at least I'm glad that you used it about both sides and are thinking about the vendors and the concession stand owners, the workers, the field people, you name it, folks whose job is dependent upon the league, the organizations. Those are the folks that, while these two have decided, well, one side has decided to lock folks out, those are the folks that are going to be affected. Okay. All right. So if you want to get your comments in, you still got time. 281-453-1000. You can text me 832-403-5005, or you can email me just like several folks did right there at aj@kylksports.com, aj@kylksports.com. All right. Getting ready to do some birthdays, getting ready to do Sybil Wilkes, getting ready to do all that. Want to talk a little bit about the game tonight. Dallas at New Orleans. Dallas at New Orleans. For some reason, there are some folks that think that New Orleans has a better shot now that they're going with what's up, man? Get on this mic, man. Pull that mic over there so they can see you. Let me see if I can turn my camera around to catch you. Oh, I can't turn it too far. Do me a favor, slide over a little bit more. Slide over that. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. All right, grab that mic. Grab that mic right there. Yeah, I love when people drop in on the studio on me. All right, what's going on, man? How you doing?
What's up, AJ? The Lunch Breakers. How y'all doing out there?
If that voice don't sound familiar, that is Caller of the Year 2017. That is Mr. Ferdinand. How you doing, bro?
Wonderful. Ready for these games.
Man.
Big game tonight.
Yeah, it is big. I was just getting ready to talk about it. There's some folks that think that the New Orleans Saints have an advantage now that Taysom Hill is the starter over Trevor Siemian. I'll say this, 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. I have never seen Taysom Hill as a starter blow me away. Not that he's got to, but I'm just saying I've never looked at his game and said, wow, that dude right there is going to be special. So it's just like any other game. You got to tackle. You got to score. Got to be able to run the ball. And here's where Taysom Hill comes in. Don't turn the ball over.
Absolutely. Both teams really need to win that game. Dallas is in a position where they have to win, whether people realize it or not. And so is the Saints. You're struggling. You haven't won a game since the quarterback has went down. And we see it. But you got to come up with another plan. Now you don't have the running back. So I think the Saints are pretty much equal when it comes to players because both players are pretty much either hurt or sick on both sides.
Let me say this real quick. I don't care who's lined up behind Taysom Hill or beside him, because mostly you're going to have him in that shotgun. Feed him the ball.
Absolutely.
You cannot throw the ball 45, 50 times with Taysom Hill. He ain't built like that. Feed whoever. If Kamara's not going to play, we know that. You got to feed somebody the ball. Feed them the ball. Give it to them.
AJ, you have to develop a run game.
And stick to it.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, you have to be able to move guys out the way to create the run. And good running backs find a way. If a hole is not available, then good running backs, I've seen them.
Bro, if you're on that NFL roster, you're an NFL running back.
Absolutely.
Run, feed them, Seymour, feed them.
So I think that really, I think who have more to lose today? Would it be the Cowboys or the Saints?
Yeah, looking at that, the Cowboys are 2 games up on Washington. Cowboys 7-4, Washington 5-6. Go down to the Saints. They're 5-6. They're tied for second with Atlanta. Atlanta's got the tiebreaker because they beat them. But both of them are 3 games behind the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So the Saints need it more. I don't know if they're going to get it, though.
I think still Dallas is in a good position to win. That's Longhorn Keith's team. He's still them boys, so
He-
they really need to bring it because
Yeah, Longhorn.
you're gonna have a couple more weeks and everything will change.
Longhorn Keith crazy as the day is long, bro. He throwed off, boy.
I believe in them double shots in that coffee you take.
Bro, he throwed off like a rug on like a bedspread on a hot day, boy. He throwed off, man. He throwed off.
He hyped, man. He hyped.
Bro, there's hype and then there's just throwed off.
And see, AJ, I believe he didn't listen the day before. We did talk about the Texans.
Yeah.
We did talk about my team. So
Yeah.
it ain't we don't talk about it.
Ain't much to say. I listened to him today. I listened in on the press conference today. First of all, man, good God, if you are an interviewer in the room, don't make coaches have to tell you we've moved on from last week. And Coach Lovie Smith said that, listen, that's been discussed. We moved on. I'm not going to address that when people were asking him questions about Justin Reed. Justin Reed has been cleared to play. He didn't play last week because of discipline issues. You had people still asking him about why the Jets were running the ball the way that they did last week. They're not playing the Jets this week.
Absolutely.
They're playing the Indianapolis Colts. And, oh, yeah, by the way, they run the ball better than the Jets.
Yeah, I don't know what the disciplinary problem was. But
whatever it was, man, they got to move past it.
Yeah.
If they're thinking about that against this team coming to town, they're going to get, bruh, they're going to get dog walk. What's my favorite little phrase? They're going to get dog walk. I'm a dog lover. They're going to get dog walk. And here's the thing. Tim Kelly has got to be better. They've never scored more than 22 points this season. They have not scored more than 22 points this season.
Absolutely. And
Can't win like that.
The defense have to do better. I don't know what happened with Lovie's defense this game, but I didn't see enough blitzing. I just didn't see enough aggressiveness. I've seen pretty much up until that game.
I told a fib. They scored 37 against Jacksonville. 37 against Jacksonville.
Was that when Tyrod? Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yep.
Tyrod.
Yep.
I don't recall that. You probably was thinking about Davis Mills quarterback.
No, that was Tyrod.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that was Tyrod.
Not scoring over. You was thinking about Davis.
Yeah.
But no, I believe that we got to have a game plan next year. Right now, the Texans, we don't have a lot to work with, but I still think that you can't beat Tennessee and come back the next week and lose to the Jets. It's unheard of.
And you know what? And that's why I give them an outside chance. They have beat the number one team in the AFC South. There's no reason why they can't beat the number 2 team. They just have to play mistake-free football. They've got to be, watch this, consistent and not just easy to figure out. And man, they got to get some decent play calling. Give these guys a chance to be successful.
Well, it's all about defense. Defense is key this week. Levy and his defense have to be ready. You got to be aggressive, and you got to bring it. You will not beat the Colts if you don't have no solid defense that's ready to play.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you on that, man. All right, so who you got tonight? Cowboys and the Saints. Who you got, Ferdinand?
Man, I love the Saints, but I'm going to go with the Cowboys. They got a little bit more strength, and I'm hoping that the Saints really could turn it around. And because when I've been watching the Saints the last couple of weeks, AJ, Sean Payton just don't have them ready. Physically and mentally, I just don't think they have them. So I'll give the edge to the Cowboys.
Okay. And then who you got, Texans or the Colts? Who do you have?
I have the Colts.
All right. And then the Steelers and the Ravens. Who you got?
I'm not picking my team. I'm going to go with the Ravens.
And then last and certainly not least, Monday night, Buffalo and the Patriots. Who you got?
I'm going to go with Mac Jones. He's been very consistent.
Oh, that hurt my stomach. Hold on.
I know it. You don't like
God,
Mac.
boy.
All I can see from Mac Jones, AJ, is consistency. And a lot of people are sleeping on what Bill Belichick have right now. You're looking at a playoff, at least first-round playoff team. Why? The defense is consistent. Mac Jones may not be Tom Brady, but he's still consistent in what he's doing. He's playing what he's doing. He's playing Bill Belichick football, and that goes a long way.
You didn't hit me in the fat meat, bro. You didn't hit me over here in the fat meat, bro. I got a little fat meat over here. You didn't hit me in it. I can't go on. Stop the fight.
Yeah. But so, no, I'm just being honest. You know who's been keeping me afloat, AJ?
Who's that?
Believe it or not.
Who?
Indianapolis. They have New England. No, New England have been keeping me afloat in my.
Okay. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah. So
I got you. All right.
I've been watching him, looking at him. He's been doing a good job.
All right, man. Let me hit this top of the hour. Ferdinand, good to see you. Stop in on me anytime.
All right,
brother.
y'all have a good weekend, lunch break.
All right, y'all. Let's hit the top of the hour. We'll be right back after this.
The legendary
1140 AM. KYOK Conroe.
Yeah, you hurt me with that one. I'm okay.
The views and opinions expressed on
I can handle it. I can handle it. I can handle it. All right, brother.
Those of the hosts, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is Monday, May 4th, 2020. And for all you Star Wars fans, may the 4th be with you. Number 1, new questions have arisen regarding the original charge alleged against Joe Biden by his former Senate staffer. Tara Reid admitted she did not accuse Biden of sexual harassment 27 years ago. But Reid was one of several women who said Biden made her feel uncomfortable with inappropriate displays of affection. Her accusation of sexual harassment did not arise until this year as Biden's political stock rose. Number 2, another young life of great promise lost to the coronavirus. 30-year-old Brooklyn, New York middle school teacher Raina Zoe Mungin is a poster woman for people of color denied by the medical system. In Zoe Mungin's case, she was denied a COVID-19 test twice in the month of March. Her sister, nurse Mia Mungin, says the healthcare system failed her, and she's right. Number 3, a group of prominent civil rights and Black religious leaders calling on African American communities nationwide to continue to stay home and defy governors of states who have begun to reopen businesses and public spaces. The group, organized by the Conference of National Black Churches and Reverend Al Sharpton's National Action Network, said some governors are demonstrating reckless disregard for the health and life of Black residents. Number 4, while you may not know the name Danny Leek, you know the names of music superstars who put their sounds in the hands and ears of this sound engineer extraordinaire. He worked with the best, creating a sound experience from the Shy Lights and the Dells to the Police to Diana Ross, and for almost the last 30 years, Stevie Wonder. And let us not forget the musical experiences given to you by Tom Joyner. On his way to dialysis last week, Danny suffered a fatal heart attack. He was 69. In his memory, let's strive to continue Danny's legacy as he mentored people in the business as a world-class sound engineer. And without a sound, he made a difference. Number 5, The Daily Show host Trevor Noah is the latest celebrity to step up and help those affected by the pandemic. The South African comedian has said that he is personally paying the salaries of the 25-member furloughed staff of his show. Kudos to Trevor for putting his money where his mouth is and doing his part. And check out my Instagram live today with the one and only seriously ignorant Damon Williams. That's at 6 o'clock Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. And that's what you need to know. For more information, go to SybilWilkes.com and sign up for my free newsletter. Be informed, be empowered.
All right. Thank you very much there, Sybil Wilkes, right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. And without further ado, let me get him in. Yeah, man. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me make it bigger than that. Bang. There we go. I got to slide over. I'm all on the edge. Y'all, it is the man with the plan. He's been doing it for a long time. Mr. Houston, Roundball Review. Kris Gardner, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, brother. How you doing? I'm a little bit warm, a little bit hot, but I'm good.
Let's get right to it, man. Why you so hot, Doc? Why you so hot?
This morning, downtown, the NCAA had their logo announcement for the 2023 men's Final Four. Logo launch, basically.
Yep.
I learned of it via Twitter. Not an email, not any press release notification. So I'm looking at you, Janice Burke-Schmees with the Harris County Houston Sports Authority, who I've worked with directly in previous years. One woman whose name is quoted in there, Holly Kesterson. Yep, I'm naming names. Yep, sure am. quoted in there, spewing out all the lovely things about it. You know, it's nice to have Final Four here in Houston, blah, blah, blah. Holly Kesterson specifically asked to speak to me a few years ago to discuss how to get the women's Final Four to Houston. So she and Janice Burke have my contact information.
Wow.
So the fact that I did not receive and still haven't received notification about today's local launch has ticked me off to the highest degrees of being ticked off.
Yeah.
So that's why I tagged them in the tweet I posted on my Twitter account. That's one side of it. Next, I reached out to you, brother.
Yep.
Reached out to a few other colleagues who look like me and you.
Yep.
And asked them if they received notification about the logo launch. Nope. 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 One person said he was notified. 1 out of 7 look like us. So once again, Janice Burke, Smees Burke, whatever, Holly Kesterson, looking at you. So let me point out to folks saying, oh, Kris, you're making a big deal out of nothing. You think that, okay? Hold that thought. I reached out to a colleague at the NCAA office. Let me say that one more time. I reached out to a colleague at the NCAA office and asked him who is the person handling the press releases for the Houston 2023 Men's Final Four. He replied to my email within 2 minutes with a name of the person and copied that person in on my email. She finally replied, well, within the last 90 minutes or so, saying that she's new to all this and looks forward to meeting me, blah, 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 whatever. So I thanked her for the reply, but I added, it's curious to me that I did not receive any email from Janice or Holly, who I've worked with directly.
Yeah, they're not new to it. They're not new
Correct.
to it at all.
I have not heard back from her since that response to her reply to my email. And so what I did, and you haven't because you're busy doing the show, in my reply to her, I said, please add my email address to your contact list. And oh, by the way, please also add AJ Jones.
Thank you, brother.
Kim Davis.
Yeah.
Brian Bearfield.
Yeah.
Jerry Willie Jr., Ralph Cooper. You get the idea.
Yeah. Ralph Cooper. Ralph. Cooper.
Yes. Ralph Cooper did not get notified. Hey, so once again, I hope, and I'll do it again after this show is done with the link. I'll tag them again so they can hear this to let them know I'm not happy. I'm going to do something about this.
Yeah.
And if you need my contact at the NCAA office directly, I'll give it to you so you can be on the NCAA list. I'm done messing around with foolishness.
Yeah. And for people listening who don't understand why this is a big deal, he just named off several people who have been in this business and in this market for decades, not just a little while, but for a long while, who represent a reading and a viewing and a listenership that is extremely underrepresented at events like this because of stuff like this. And say what you want to say about me. I'll leave you out of it, Kris. Say what you want to say about me. I'm the Malcolm X of sports talk radio. I'm this, I'm that, the other. But that doesn't mean my listeners should be left out. That doesn't mean people who've been with the station since 1964 should not have any kind of representation or clue into events like this. And when you have people who shrug it off like, oh, I didn't know, I'm new to it, you're leaving out entire communities. You're leaving out people who might not even be able to afford to go to the event, but because of our coverage of the event, they at least get something from the event.
And let me even add more to it. The 2023 Women's Final Four will be in Dallas. They had their logo launch yesterday. Guess what, brother? I got an email about that. In Dallas. Once again, Ollie Kefterson, Janice Smeesburg, however you say it, the new person who replied to the email saying you're new. Okay. Oh, but I get emails about the ping pong diplomacy with China coming to Houston. I got that. But I don't get stuff about the men's Final Four having a logo launch downtown.
Houston Roundball Review doesn't get information about.
And I've covered the 2011 men's Final Four here in town.
No, I know.
2016 men's Final Four here in town.
I know.
And I've been privileged to cover the last 20 women's Final Fours all across the country. But I can't get notified about the men's Final Four of 2023 in Houston. Okay.
Well, let me just say this. For those who don't get it, they won't get it. They don't want to get it. I don't waste my time. Well, why is that a problem? Show me why that's a problem. I don't have time to explain that to you. I appreciate you not letting this just die and not letting it just get shrugged off, because if we get used to doing that, we'll always get left out. We will always be on the other side of the door, and then folks will say, oh, well, they didn't attend it last year. Well, we didn't get a chance to.
Right. And I'm going to put people on the spot. The coaches who were attending today's event, who attended, Rice, TSU, HBU, I hope y'all noticed who was not there from media.
Right.
Mayor Turner, I hope you noticed who was not there attending this event. And I hope you asked why. Why wasn't Kim Davis there? Why wasn't Chris Gardner there? Why wasn't Ralph Cooper there? Ralph Cooper bigger than me, but I mean, no question.
He's a godfather of sports.
So,
and guys like you and Brian Bearfield, man, y'all hustle, bro. Y'all are at practices. Y'all are at press conferences. I can't go to all that because of the show. I give credit where credit is due. You, Kim, Brian, AD, y'all are there. Y'all are there. And to be hindered from being there because of whatever it is, it's unacceptable.
And I'm not excluding my Latinx brothers and sisters.
Oh, absolutely.
I haven't had a chance to contact y'all yet.
Yeah.
Or my Asian media colleagues, I just haven't reached out to y'all yet.
Yeah.
But if y'all got excluded too, I got a problem with that too.
Absolutely.
So don't get it twisted. It's just a black thing. No. It's a media thing here in town of people who have busted their behinds and still bust their behinds covering the local teams here in town.
Yeah, they got to do more than ESPN radio. They got to do more than 610. They got to do more than Fox. They got to do more than ABC. They got to do more than KHOU. They got to do more than that. Got to do more than that.
Yep.
You got to do more than that. This city is bigger than those outlets. You got to do more than that.
And if they try to spin it, well, we reached out to the print media. It's 2021. Social media is massive. If you don't know that by now, you got a problem.
Don't get me
started.
So
I got answers. Any reason they want to give me, I'm waiting for them to respond to me. Holly Kefterson, like I said, you contacted me specifically because folks, as you put it to me a few years ago, people told me here in town, you are the person I need to talk to about Women's Final Four. We tried to meet at a site visit in Columbus, Ohio for recent Final Four, Women's Final Four. She never made time to do it. So when I saw her name in print, I was shocked that she was still involved in this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And she has my number. She's called me. So I look forward to you calling me again to explain, to rationalize how you excluded me this time for this logo launch. I'll listen to you. I'll hear you out. And then I'm going to respond to you in kind. Trust me, I'm going to respond to you in kind.
Brother, I got to take a quick break. When we come back, we will have more right here on Throwback Thursday on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. If you want to get in, 281-453-1000. That's 281-453-1000. It is the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President of Communication Workers of America, District 6. Trey and I are inviting you to listen in to our new political talk show, Power to the People Political Hour.
Hello, this is Trey Daniels from the Daniels Group. Yes, Claude, the show will be hard-hitting and informative, talking about national and local political issues of the day, week, and month. Interviews will be with pastors, community leaders, elected officials, and political operatives. You know, Claude, a part of our responsibility is informing the citizenry and give them power to the people.
That's right, Trey. We're asking that you listen in on 1140 a.m., 92.3, or streaming on kyokradio.org, Thursdays at 10 a.m.
Got to give the people time. Give people what they want.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
You're having your lunch on the lunch break with KYOK.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. All new 92.3 FM, streaming live, kyokradio.org. Brother, 4 in a row.
Yep,
4 in a row.
I guess Steven Silas became a good coach all of a sudden.
Yeah, that always blows my mind. Talk to me about the win streak, and talk to me about the effort by Jayshawn Tate last night, because we haven't seen a stat line like that since Olajuwon. That's rare company.
Jayshawn was massive last night, man. He played like an all-star, like an all-world player last night with that 32 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 block shots. He carried the Rockets to that win last night. He willed them to that victory, that come from behind win over OKC. Much kudos to him. The Rockets have won 4 in a row, a change to the lineup, putting Garrison Matthews in, more three-point shooting, spacing the floor, sending Daniel Tice, Christian Wood, tandem just wasn't working. A lot of folks saw it for a while, so they finally made that change. Christian Wood, before the injury last night, was playing great basketball the last 3 games. He stepped up. He seems more comfortable as a small ball 5 center. I'm still not convinced that's his best position against bigger centers, but the Rockets took advantage of their competition. They won 4 in a row. Armani Brooks is getting more playing time, making 3-pointers after a 7 for 30 stretch for him, which is he's 3-point sniper.
Yeah.
On 7 for 30, that's not him.
Right.
So he turned that around. And Armani has also added to his game, because I said on this show, he needs to do a better job rebounding. He's done that. He's done more than just standing outside 3-point line, shooting threes. He's gone to the basket, some cutting, some layups, finishing, adding to his game. So it's good to see the Rockets have won 4 in a row. Orlando's kind of banged up. No Jaylen Suggs, so they could win 5 in a row Friday. And they'll have a chance, because the Pistons are once again losing. So the Rockets are messing up the ping pong balls for the future, for the 2022 draft, but they're winning now. So I wonder how long it's going to be before some Rocket fans start saying, they're winning too many games now. What are they doing? They're messing up our chance at the lottery. What are they doing?
Yeah, I'm with you. I knew that was going to be coming, so I wanted to get your thoughts on that. Tell us about Christian Wood. What's the situation with him?
I haven't heard yet about any status update today about the injury. Kevin Porter Jr. Scoot he's dealing with problems that thigh contusion again. He had another issue last night, and he said when he came back after the second thigh contusion, he listened to his body more, because the first time he said he came back too soon.
Mm-hmm.
So the second time he said, okay, this is my body telling me I need to listen to my body. So I'm going to kind of curious to see what he's going to say this third time, if he's taking some time out to get it healthy again. So we'll see, waiting for the Rockets to announce. If they haven't, while we're on the air, wait and see what they're going to announce for both those 2 key pieces to their squad this year. And we haven't even talked about Coach Wall, that situation. And yes, I said Coach Wall, not John Wall. Coach Wall.
I caught you. I want to get to that in a second. How long is Jaylen Green going to be out?
Let's see. Today should be a week. So when Coach Silas said last Thursday, he said it'd be a week, and then he'll be reevaluated. So we should find that out today or tomorrow, his situation on the hamstring, and go from there. I think they'll wait another week before he comes back for games, but we'll see.
Gotcha. All right, so let's talk about the rumored deal with Kemba Walker for Coach John Wall when we come back from the break, right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Two radio stations in one.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-253-1892. 800-253-1892. 800-253-1892. That's 800-253-1892.
Tune in to Table Talk with your boy, TD Blackshear, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there. Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 a.m. and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
The Lunch Break on the legendary KYOK.
All right, y'all. We're back here on the lunch break with a bad man. It's Mr. Kris Gardner. Houston Roundball Review, local name, global perspective. Appreciate you coming on, as always, on our Throwback Thursday. I got to give some love to my guy, Dr. Aki Davis. He dropped it that the Knicks might be interested in John Wall, and in return, they want to send off Kemba Walker. What's behind that? And if there is anything legit behind it, huh?
I'm not sure there's anything legit behind it. Y'all saw it discussed, heard about it a few days ago. One of my colleagues was discussing it. Kemba Walker makes $8 million this year. John Wall makes $44 million. Rock's that's a lot of salaries that got to be matched up.
Oh, yeah. You got to add a little something to that.
So who on the Knicks added to that $8 million will make that work? It's got to be, I think, at least $31 million. At least $31 million. So who else? Where else is that money going to come from? So I say that's the money part of it. Why would the Rockets want to add on salary for a guy who's not playing right now?
Yeah.
They're paying him, but he's not playing. Yes, he got the itch. He wants to play. Discussing some days he's okay with coming off the bench. Some days he wants to start. But he's not playing right now. So why add on salary from any other team for a guy who's not playing right now? John Wall has not played in this 4-game winning streak. So what is he going to add to the team?
Yeah.
Is he going to make them better? Because, see, if the Rockets do play John Wall, they're going to if they keep him and decide to play him, 15 minutes a game, DJ Augustine minutes. John Wall could help them win more games.
Mm-hmm.
If they win more games, they're going to have less ping pong balls and less chances at a high lottery pick, which this team still needs.
Right.
So I don't see that changing. Not saying it won't, but based on everything they said in October, why change now? Either you want to get a high lottery pick or you don't, because they could play John Wall and help them be better than 5-16. They might have 9 wins instead of 5. if you keep playing him, you might get to your, AJ, I think you said 30 wins for the team, 30, 33. Well, if they do that, they're not getting a high pick.
Right.
So why trade for Kemba? Kemba's going to want to play. Who is Kemba going to replace? Not Jalen Green. Not Scoot.
Yeah.
Not DJ. Not Eric Gordon. So you got to get rid of some of those folks too. Rockets did all this on themselves.
Yeah. John
Wall did too. John Wall should have said in September when he and Rafael Stone had these discussions. Rafael, man, I understand what y'all are saying. I know you want to go young, let the youngsters play, but I want to play. So we need to work this out because I'm not cool with being paid to sit down. I'm done. He should have said that then.
Yeah. You know, the team that I'm surprised has not gotten in on anything concerning John Wall? Brooklyn.
But then what do you do with Kyrie? You want to trade Kyrie? You want to give up on Kyrie?
I get it. But what it does is it gives them options and it gives somebody who's available right now.
Yes, but I spin it from the Rocket perspective. Why would the Rockets want Kyrie? Because if Kyrie can play here in Texas, and he helped them win.
Bruh, can I just stop the music real quick? Just real quick. If I ever suggest that the Rockets trade anybody for Kyrie Irving, come get me. Come get me, because I'm not well. I did not mean to imply that the Brooklyn Nets would send Kyrie Irving to the Rock. Now, you keep that.
Okay.
But here go John Wall for whatever we can make it work for. You know what I mean? Well, nothing you got, but here go. Because you do need that guard who can play and help facilitate with Harden and Durant and Aldridge and the other guys. But anyway, I digress. I'm just surprised that they have not seen that as a possible short-term or long-term option to give you some leverage with Kyrie Irving.
They might consider it, especially with James Harden struggling to be James Harden,
right.
Rockets James Harden.
Right.
But again, you'd have to match up at least $31 million in salary in return.
True.
So that's a lot of people from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Says that's folks that the Rockets they take and trade. That's the wave.
Yeah.
So again, why do all that?
Right.
John Wall's not playing right now.
I got you. You made my stomach look.
Thank you, Natasha. Appreciate it. Yes.
Ferdinand already had my side hurt. He hit me my fat meat on my side, and now you done made my stomach hurt on the possibility that I might have alluded to the Rockets ever trading for Kyrie Irving. No, bro. No.
So it's and the Rockets have to decide what they want to do, because if they do trade John Wall and all the folks I've talked to, read, etc., the Rockets have to give up a first-round pick at least.
Yeah.
Rockets shouldn't do that. They should not do that.
Right. They want that.
So, and then a buyout. Yeah. Why would John Wall do that?
All right.
Not saying he won't, because if and this is where I can get into the point of John and his free John Wall stuff. My man, you can play. Yeah. You go to Rafael and say, I want out of here. I'm going to give back some of my money that I'm owed this next year and a half. Free John Wall, free up some of that money.
Hey, real quick, Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, joining us on the lunch break. Natasha Marie said, hey, AJ, hey, Kris, I love how y'all keep it 100. I like that, too. I like that, too. That's a good compliment from a great radio person herself. Okay, so the usual suspects are back in the top 5 of the power rankings. Phoenix Suns, Golden State Warriors, Brooklyn Nets, Milwaukee Bucks, Utah Jazz, and right outside of that, you got the Hawks, the Bulls, the Wizards, the Cavaliers, the Cavaliers, and the Miami Heat.
And okay, how many teams did you name, AJ? How many teams? About 10, 12?
10.
How many of those in the Eastern Conference?
Well, that's a good question. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So yeah, which conference is better now?
Bruh, that's them folks don't want to hear that around here. We live in the West, third conference.
Because I think the East has, I know they have at least 8 teams at 500 or better, if not 10 teams at 500 or better.
Yeah.
Which just makes it even more difficult for my struggling Pistons to get any wins, which I really shouldn't bother with anyway this year. But the loss is going to keep coming for them. And the Rockets, they have look at the standings. Rockets are 5-16. How far are the Rockets away from the play-in game in the West? Look at it. Look it up.
It's a little distance. It's a little distance.
Not as much as you think. Not as much as you think, though.
Hold on. Let me tell you what it is. I'll tell you exactly what it is. The Rockets they're 3.5 games out of that playing spot.
Denver's 10-11, Rockets 5-16.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Wait. Right. I was looking at the Phoenix Suns. I mean the Sacramento Kings. You're right. 10-11. You're right. About 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
About 5 games. Okay. I see what you're talking about. But don't nobody want to be in no play-in. What we playing in?
I don't. But it seems like the Rockets are cool with that.
Stop. They better quit.
Rocket fans, watch how the conversation changes. I heard a colleague we were waiting for practice Tuesday. Talking about the Rockets going to go beat Milwaukee, going to beat Brooklyn, going on an extended winning streak. And I'm just like,
I'm rubbing my eyes, bro. I'm tired. I'm tired. That's why we can't have nice things. Folk won't wait on stuff to cook. You can't eat food before it's ready. You get sick. Stop it. Hey, while we got Willie Gibson tuning in, bro, take your time and tell us how huge that the Ohio State University win over the previously undefeated and number 1 ranked Duke Blue Devils was. Go on, take your time and pontificate for a minute.
We need Brother Gibson to call in. Yes, call in speak from his chest, because I caught the last minute of the game and Buckeyes are up, I think 1 or 3, and they closed it out to win. Because I was finishing up Rockets post game stuff like that or whatever. I was busy doing something else, either for Dr. Cavill's show or whatever. I was busy. It's a big win for the Ohio State Buckeyes. It's not a huge loss for Duke, because I didn't think they're going to go undefeated this year. But they had a big win against Gonzaga on Friday. And I joked with Willie and I joked with you. So Duke was in Vegas on Friday, Columbus on Tuesday. When are they going to be in class? What about the student assets studying? What about all that thing? The academics was supposed to be so important to the college athletes, the student athletes. What about all that? Yeah.
It only matters when it matters to them, bro. It only matters when it matters to them. So here's how I broke it down. So UT lost to Gonzaga. Gonzaga lost to Duke. And The Ohio State University beat Duke. So The Ohio State University is the best team right now. Right now, they're the best team.
Yeah, no. That's okay. Purdue has something to say about that. But right now, not important to me. Because in college basketball, you know why it's not important to me? Because it will be decided on the competition court.
Right.
On the court.
Right. I agree.
So that's what's important to me.
That's always going to be your flex, because college football can't say nothing about it. Not Division I. They can't say anything about it. FCS, yeah, but everybody else, hush. You're a joke. So U of H lost that game to Wisconsin, and then they bounced back strong. What are your thoughts about what's happening over there? And I guess they've got some guys that are healthy now, and now they're close to full strength.
Getting healthy.
Okay.
They probably won't be. Wow, they may not be 100% healthy, or as close to 100% till January, mid-January, maybe not even till February. But because freshman Ramon Walker had surgery on his right hand to repair a torn tendon, and he was going to be out at least 4 weeks. So that's end of this month, getting into January. But he's a freshman. He may not play a lot this year. Not expected to play a lot this year.
Okay.
But Tremont Mark is battling shoulder issues on his left shoulder. That's his strong shoulder, down shooting shoulder. He missed a few weeks because of that. He's he's getting better. Coach Sampson said pre-shoulder injury, Tremont was one of the best players, if not the best player on the team.
Wow.
He's running an 8 or 9 on a scale of 1 to 10. And after his injury, he's like a 4. So he's trying to get back up to before the injury status. But their loss to Wisconsin, Johnny Davis dropped 30 on U of H. Looked like an NBA player. In that first half, Wisconsin's ball movement, passing, they had accounted for everything U of H did. But I also think U of H did a poor job of taking Wisconsin. They took Wisconsin for granted.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Okay.
They looked like they thought, hey, we waxed Butler, Wisconsin, y'all nothing, so that we can just cruise and play like C basketball against Wisconsin. And Wisconsin said in their first half, oh yeah, no, we're not Butler.
Yeah.
Y'all got to compete with us. And they were about 20 at halftime. U of H got back to U of H basketball in the second half and had a chance to win the game, at least tied to go to overtime, and they came up short.
Yeah.
And then the third game, they just waxed Oregon off the face of the earth.
That was their response to falling short against Wisconsin. They played a very complete game against.
They played Houston basketball versus Oregon, so that's what they have to do. It happens on the pro level, high school, college, everywhere. Sometimes players, because we're all human.
Yeah.
They kind of coast. They take opponents for granted, and it's like, we don't have to play hard against this team. And then you run across some teams, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get a loss as a result, and you learn from it.
Kris, I always have to catch myself when I look at Prairie View losing to a South Dakota State 99-0, and then seeing TSU lose to La Tech 87-60. Wait until
say the score again about South Dakota State. Say the score one more time.
99-90.
Yeah, you said 99. You said 99-0.
No, I'm sorry. 99-90. 99-90.
Right.
And then TSU losing to La Tech 87-60. Wait for SWAC play. Wait for tournament play. That's when you see how good Texas Southern and/or Prairie View or Jackson State or some of these other schools are.
The biggest thing that surprised me about TSU's loss to La Tech was the margin of defeat. La Tech, Kenneth Lofton Jr., huge young man. We're talking like Charles Barkley kind of build, okay? But Junior puts in work, especially on the block. He's old school player. He puts work on the low post. But the Tigers gave up 87 points and lost by 27. So that surprised me, just how much they lost by. Because, some of the previous games, opponents like BYU, I don't think it was that bad a loss, that larger margin. But wait for SWAC play. But I want to toss off, speaking of SWAC play, Jackson State women's team. I got to look at their schedule. But they scored 64 on Vic Schaefer's Longhorn team last night in Austin. They still lost the game.
Yeah.
But Texas defense, especially Coach Schaefer's defense team is known for defense. So for Jackson State to score that many points, because I don't believe Stanford scored that many points.
Yeah, I was gonna say they up there with Stanford, one of the top teams in the country.
So Jackson State, I think, was the pick to win the SWAC on women's side. That offense must be pretty good.
Yeah,
if they can do that kind of work against Coach Schaefer's Longhorns.
Gotcha. And then before we take our next break, what's the women U of H looking like under my favorite women's basketball coach?
They're struggling, man. The loss to Baylor in Cancun was expected. Losing to Fordham was not. Losing to Stephen F. Austin on the road, really how they lost that game. Their defense was embarrassing in late third quarter and fourth quarter. And losing to UTA, unexpected. So they're 3-4. That's not good.
Right.
It's especially for the team that said they have unfinished business because they fell so short to make the tournament last year. Well, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
They're 3-4, and they're not good enough to just afford these non-conference losses. They need these wins to help them in the tournament picture, because the American Athletic Conference is not good enough to be considered to be a multi-bid league outside of South Florida on the women's side. So these losses hurt.
We got to take a break. When we come back, man, I want to dig into this a little bit deeper. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, right here joining us on Throwback Thursday. As always, if you've got questions, comments, get in 281-453-1000. You can always text me 832-403-5005 or email aj@kyoksports.com.
You don't sit behind a desk every day to earn a living. You're out and about making it happen. And sometimes you get a little bit behind on your paperwork, like bookkeeping and paying your taxes. It's easy to get behind on paying your taxes. It happens to the best of us. And you know what happens next. The big bad IRS comes knocking on your door. And when that happens, you need to call the good old boys at the Tax Doctor. Let them do what they do best. Deal and negotiate with the IRS so you pay the lowest you can in back taxes that the law allows. We are a 100% U.S.-based company, and we've saved our clients millions over the years in back taxes. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call my friends right now at the Tax Doctor and learn more.
800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's AJ Jones with the lunch break on the legendary KYOK AM 1140 and 92.3 FM. It's that time of year where we are reminded of all the things we should be thankful for, and that it's more blessed to give than to receive. So with that in mind, on Wednesdays from now through Christmas, we'll give you a chance to win a gift certificate from BBall. That's right, you can win a gift certificate for a BBall turkey on Wednesdays on the lunch break between 12 and 2. Just be the right caller, and your BBall turkey will be on us at the legendary KYOK AM 1140 at 92.3.
Well, I hope you are enjoying your weekend. Hey, everybody, it's Erica Campbell.
And I'm Griff from Get Up Mornings.
We want to thank you so much for rocking with us every weekday morning.
And after you enjoy your weekend, make sure you start your work week with us.
When you start your day with us, we'll help you get moving and motivated to have the best day ever. Go ahead, say it, Griff.
Best day ever!
So wake up with us. We'll be faith walking,
love talking,
enjoy living on Get Up Mornings.
Get up. Get up.
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
Hey, you want some sports with your lunch? Well, tune into the legendary KYOK at the lunch break. And I'm Raven Rogers.
Thank you there, Raven Rogers. Right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. All new 92.3 FM. I got a text message from Clarence. His question was, do you think Eric Gordon, in the last 3 minutes was trying to give the game away or get traded?
Clarence, that one drive, this is after Jaylen scored a bucket, I think a putback bucket or something. And Eric took it upon himself to hog the ball and throw up this awful runner prayer off the glass that missed. I'm sure glad Stephen Silas, next possession, OKC did what they did. Stephen called timeout. Coach Silas called timeout. And the play call was get the ball to Jaylen Tate in the mid-post. I am so glad of that because Jaylen was balling, doing everything to help them win that game. And then Eric Gordon took it upon himself. Nope, I'm not going to get the ball to Jaylen Tate. And Britt. But then Jaylen got it and basically sealed the victory for the Rockets. So that's a great question. I don't know what Eric was thinking because in previous post-game comments, he said, it's the little things that we have to correct. During the losing streak, we got to cut down on mistakes. And, we're a young team, but at what point as being a young team, that's just an excuse. We need to do the things to win ball games.
Right.
So, Mr. Veteran.
Right.
Why didn't you pass the ball to Jaylen Tate?
Yeah.
And why'd you throw up that brick?
Yeah.
Mr. Veteran?
Yeah.
So that's another reason why I kind of respond to some of the Rocket fans who criticize Coach Silas. When your veterans like Eric Gordon and DJ Augustine and until the last few games, Daniel House are stinking. That's not Coach Silas's fault.
Not at all. Not
so
at all.
The Rockets are leaning on the youngsters, but the vets got to come through as well. And when they don't, that adds up to why they lost 15 in a row.
It's called a team sport. It's called a team sport. I told Clarence, I said, I don't think he was trying to give it away. I said he tries to do too much sometimes. And I thought that was a case of him trying to inject himself into that streak that Jayshawn Tate was going on. He just needed you to give him the ball. He didn't need you to help him with that nonsense he threw up.
Yeah, and your way of wording it is good. It's legit. It's more polite than my way of saying it. But
hold up. I've been accused of a lot of things. That ain't one of them.
But sometimes your choice of words is better. Your phrasing of words is better than mine, and vice versa.
Yeah,
but
I hear you.
Jayshawn was rolling. Get the ball to the hot man.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you ain't got, when a teammate has it, ride that hot wave, man.
Bruh.
Because the bottom line is to win. It's not to get your shine, whatever. It's to win the ball game.
Yep. I think we saw that with the Golden State Phoenix game. There were times when Andre Ayton was just a beast in that middle, and during that stretch, Chris Paul kept giving him the ball. Chris Paul said, "They can't stop you here. Oh, they not gonna go here. They're gonna let you back them down here." And he didn't have a whole lot of points, but it was that consistency in that stretch that wouldn't let Golden State, overtake them and get back in it and win it.
And that's, kudos to CP for doing that. Sometimes in sports, all of us make it too complicated.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. When something is working, until your opponent stops you or changes, keep doing it.
Yeah.
We can go back, and common fans know this. You know this.
Yeah.
Van Chancellor, Coach Chancellor will call the C play. Be the only play.
Yep.
But it worked.
Yep.
Over and over and over. And coach is like, why should I change it? If they can't stop it, I'm going to keep doing it. Exactly. If something's working, I'm going to keep doing it.
It was a different sport, but when I was an offensive coordinator, don't you dare let me see something that's working. I'll run it left. I'll run it right. I'll run it out of 10 different formations, but it'll be the same thing until you stop it.
So don't complicate it. Jayshawn Tate had it rolling last night.
Yeah.
Get him the ball. They couldn't stop him.
Yeah.
Get him the ball, Mr. Gordon.
That's that Buckeye in it, boy. That Buckeye got hot last night. Let me stop. Let me leave.
Now you're gonna get Will Gibson chiming in again with another Buckeye, post. But that's all right, because he retweeted, or he liked the tweet that I did about Jayshawn, and you mentioned about the stat the last time 32, 10, 5, and 5 was a king. So yeah, he was quick. Will was quick to like that comment. So yeah, that tweet.
So again, what we saw with Golden State and Phoenix, I know it's way early. It's not unrealistic to think that could be the Western Conference Finals.
It could, especially if LeBron continues to have health issues, and Anthony Davis is not consistent enough, and dominant enough in the post and taking advantage of his skills that he has against opponents. So yeah, it could happen. I'm not going to say that just yet.
Yeah.
But I do like the makeup of Phoenix's team. I said it to you before in previous shows that JaVale McGee was a great backup signing for them to back up DeAndre Ayton at that center spot. So they're set. Mikal Bridges is a great defensive player. They are set. Now we have to see how if long-term Devin Booker's health issues, the hamstring becomes the issue. So yeah.
Right. Yep. And man, I'm telling you, Golden State is about to get richer if Klay Thompson comes back and he is any fraction of what he was before this most recent injury.
Yes, but Golden State, outside of, Klay could help, but Draymond is such a great defensive player. Klay was a great defensive player when he was healthy. So we have to see how it all, works out. But Golden State, Phoenix right now, they are the top two teams in the NBA. Now that's the West.
Yeah. Big Time Floyd just dropped a message. Hello, AJ, Kris, and the Breakers. Why are the Rockets paying John Wall $44 million to sit on the sidelines? How do they explain not having a veteran player help them get out of lottery status? I think they want to beat. Well, let me let you answer. You're the expert.
Floyd, that is the $44 million / $91.7 million question. This is what they agreed to. See, this Coach Wall / John Wall situation is my proof to the fans, media who say Tillman Fertitta is cheap. Tillman is okay with, apparently, clearly, paying a player $44 million to not play. Who would have thought that Tillman would be good with that a year ago, 2 years ago? So I don't understand it. John Wall, as I've said, if John Wall were playing 15, 20 minutes a game, the Rockets would be better than 5-16. Clearly. Which says to me, they don't want to be better than 5-16.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's the nature of the business. If you want those draft picks, you have to be in a certain area, and it's usually not at the top. It'd be different if they had other teams' draft picks that were down at the bottom. They don't have that. So this team is not done baking yet, and they need a few more ingredients. Am I wrong?
You are correct.
Yeah. And I'll never forget that lie Tillman Fertitta told when we were there when the Rockets lost that game 7 at home. You know, the crazy, we can't buy a three-pointer, but nobody wants to take a 2. Tillman Fertitta said, I will spend whatever I need to spend to bring a championship to Houston. He was hurting right after that collapse when they were up 3-2 and ended up losing it 4-3. He didn't do that next season. He didn't pay whatever needed to be paid. There were several guys that he could have paid, chose not to pay, and they were never the same. So, you know, I think this is who Tillman Fertitta is right here.
Answer Keith Henning's question. How much are the Texans paying Deshaun Watson to not play?
About $10 million. About $10 million. And that's why I said, keeping him right now, his level of quarterback at $10 million is like tax. You know, it's like change in your pocket. Now, next year, when his big contract kicks in, I think that will escalate some of the movement and the discussions on him. But right now, it's cheaper to keep him.
Okay. Well, there you go, Keith.
Yeah.
Question asked and answered. So,
brother, we got to get ready to go, man. And I gave everybody else the big news. My daughter got accepted to Southern, so
congratulations to her.
SU, would it be like Kris? Would it be like Kris? SU.
Congratulations.
That's your friend.
Say. Yeah, I hear. Yeah.
That's your Rockets buddy right there.
Yeah.
SU, would it be like SU? Go Jags, go Jags.
A very proud Southern grad.
Clearly, and nothing wrong with that. Be proud. Represent your school. Yes, indeed.
Well, bro, I'm about to be proud. I'm just proud that she took the initiative. She handled everything, man. She decided where she wanted to go. She did the application. I think I paid some of the fee or whatever, but she did all of this, and then she finally got an acceptance letter today. So, brother, this heart and chest of mine is pumping right now.
As you should be proud, man. No doubt. Be proud.
I'm very proud of her. Very proud. She went from homeschool before we had to homeschool because of the pandemic. We were homeschooling her. She hated it, but she learned a whole lot of things. And then we put her back in public school, man. She excelled. She shot right to the top. And doing that while being a captain on her dance team and one of the leaders on her dance team. And now she wants to be one of the members of the dancing team at Southern.
So she's a Renaissance woman. Fantastic, man.
Wow.
Well done. Job well done.
So proud of her. Kris, we got to get ready to go, man. Tell everybody what you're working on and where they can find you and follow you as always.
I am Kris Gardner of the Houston Roundball Review, HoustonRoundballReview.com, Houston Roundball Review on YouTube and Instagram. I have an interview with Rossi Karen from U Sports Group. Should be later on this afternoon. He is involved in the event, the doubleheader at Toyota Center on December 11th, as well as the doubleheader in Fort Worth on the 18th. Next Saturday involves TCU and Texas A&M. The one in Fort Worth involves U of H men's basketball. That's men's basketball. I'm going to talk to him about that. So that interview should be posted on my YouTube channel later today. And have a few other interviews lined up. But once again, go back to the beginning of my rant. Still waiting to hear from you, Janice. Still want to hear from you, Holly, the Houston Sports Authority. Still want to hear from you why I was not included on today's email, press release notification about the logo launch for the 2023 Men's Final Four. Houston Roundball Review been around since 1994. Local name, global perspective.
Get with the program. They got to get with the program. Hey, man, you got to let me know when we're going over to a TSU game.
Swag play, man.
Okay.
Sounds good. Yeah, let's do it. Swag play.
I'm ready. I was laughing because somebody's in my inbox talking about, nope, not going to comment, not going to comment. You know who.
Yeah, That's kind of strange because he does not hold his tongue on other issues, but that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to drop in on y'all on Folks Talking Sports one night and comment
Next Thursday, December 9th. You should join us, man. I'm gonna send you the link. We'll have it up because hectic for these next few days. But yeah, December 9th. Pop on in.
All right, brother. You be safe. We'll talk to you soon, Kris.
Thank you, man. Take care.
All right, man. Love you much. Man, always good to have Kris Gardner on Houston Roundball Review. Truly a local name with a global perspective. All right, I got to get ready to go. I'll get a little bit of Sybil Wilkes on, but let me do these birthdays before I go. Let's see. Happy birthday going out to the following people. Happy birthday to Mark Farlow, my frat brother. Yo, Noop. Big brother Mark. Happy birthday. Kyle Turner, the jazz man. Happy birthday to you, Kyle. Dana Burns is celebrating her birthday along with Lisa Sharon Pope Hogan. Dwayne Johnson celebrating a birthday with Tiny Spriggs. Ray Alexis, man, she is phenomenal, celebrating a birthday. Bishop Eric Spruill, Glenda Lavallee, Chris Brunson, your Georgia Bulldogs, better not fail me, Chris, and Julie O. Griffin, all celebrating birthdays today. And then the celebrity birthdays for today are as follows. Happy birthday going out to, that's not right. Look, I got here we go. Happy birthday going out to Pedro Borbon, used to be with my Cincinnati Reds. Also, Darryl Kyle of the Houston Astros pitched a no-hitter back in 1993. Tennis player Monica Seles celebrating a birthday. And today was the day back in 1983 when drama was born. Aaron Rodgers was born back in 1983, and man, I bet he came in with some drama because he sure got plenty of it now. Usher, do your thing.
Oh, go shawty, it's your birthday. Ooh, it's your birthday. Go shawty, it's your birthday. Today's your day. Happy birthday to you.
All right, y'all. Happy birthday to you and yours. As always, Donnie McClurkin up next with the Donnie McClurkin Show. He'll give you the best in gospel music, the latest in the gospel music industry. Donnie does this thing every Monday through Friday from 2 to 3. Erica Campbell and Griff, get up mornings in the morning, 6 a.m. to 9. And then I'll be back with Freestyle Friday. Cannot wait. Don't forget, Dallas at New Orleans tonight. I got Cowboys tonight. I've got Colts on Sunday. And Buffalo, if you don't beat New England Monday night, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about no mafia. I don't want to hear about you jumping through tables. None of that. All right, we'll be back tomorrow. Y'all take care. Have a blessed rest of your day.